welcome back. My name is Danielle and this is Daniela Diaries, and today we meal prepping. We are prepping for the week. We're gonna have a successful week and we're gonna eat good, all right? So I like to cook once and eat multiple times. So we're gonna have a few different recipes. It is finally getting cooler out here right now. Today's gonna be 80, but tomorrow's high 65 and rainy. Singing in my soul. So I was thinking of like some things I wanted to eat. I wanted to kind of switch it up from my usual. So this is what we're going to do this week. Here is our menu. We are going to make a Greek inspired chicken with our boneless skinless chicken thighs. We're going to make a Greek inspired potato for one of our carb sources this week. I have plain pasta that I already cooked up, so that's already done. We are also going to do some steak, and we're going to grill some mushrooms and some onions because that's one of my favorites to have. And then we are also going to do a chicken soup. It's going to be a chicken noodle soup, but hence the cooked pasta. So I don't cook my pasta inside my soup because I like to divide out my macros, right? So I know how many grams of each I can get. So that's what we're going to do, right? So I'll be able to pull out the chicken, and then I will be able to you know, add the broth or whatever. It's more simple that way. So we're gonna have chicken noodle soup, we're gonna have Greek chicken, Greek potatoes, we're gonna have pasta, and we're gonna have some steak. We're gonna prep it. So first things first is we're gonna have to make our marinade for our Greek inspired dishes. So what are we gonna need? I'm gonna show you. You're gonna need some garlic. We're gonna need a little bit of avocado oil, or you can use extra virgin, whatever you have. We're gonna need a bunch of lemons, and we're going to use some fresh oregano and some salt and pepper. I'm very excited. I am very excited for this. We're also going to use some of this Greek seasoning. I bought this recently at Sam's Club when I went to the Sam's Club this week. And ever since I bought this, I've been craving Greek chicken. Greek food is like one of my favorites. When I was a kid, my mom worked at a Greek restaurant and she used to bring home food all the time, so it's my fave. So we're going to assemble this marinade and get it started. It's about 10 o'clock here. We're gonna start the marinade, and then we'll probably start letting that soak for about 2 hours, and I'll have Leo put on the flat top probably and grill it along with those potatoes, but I wanna give them a chance to kind of get ready. So we are going to use boneless skinless chicken thighs for our chicken. If you want to use chicken breast, you could do that. Not my vibe. We are going to use boneless skinless chicken breast for our soup this week, but for like a chicken, I didn't want to do that. Now remember, if you do want to make this chicken and you want us to use a carb source, you can pair this with some rice. If you wanted to make some, I use jasmine rice. If I wanted to do like a plain jasmine rice with like a Greek chicken on top of it, you could do that. You can kind of maybe do like a rice pilaf if that's something you like. I could also do the Greek chicken over some pasta with some lemon juice and some Parmesan, or I could just do the Greek chicken with the Greek potatoes. So that was kind of my thought process and how I can kind of mix and match multiple meals throughout the day. That is the key to success, guys. Keep your food, it could be simple, but it doesn't have to taste simple, and you can get creative with the way you season it and how you serve it. So don't let that impinge on you. I feel like a lot of people get afraid of a lot of things. Oh, also for the Greek chicken, we're gonna add in some red onion. I wanted shallots, but shallots are very hard to come by. So let's prepare this marinade and I'll show it to you. So one thing about me is I'm gonna have me some kitchen gadgets. We got a garlic press. I've had this for 17 years. This thing is a gangster. I got this before, no, 15 years. I got this for a wedding shower gift, and it's been rocking with me forever. We're gonna need a zester. This one I got. A juice squeezer. You don't need it, but we're gonna use it anyways. And we're gonna start rocking with it. So first things first is we're gonna add a little bit of oil to our pan. I would say probably like 1/4 of a cup of oil. So go ahead and do that. Well, okay, we're gonna have 1/4 of a cup of oil, and then we're gonna, to our oil, you're gonna take your zester, and you're just going to take the skin of the lemon, and you're just going to. We're using all fresh ingredients this week, which is nice. Shout out to Leo for going to the store and getting these for us while we were at the gym this morning. We're going to take the juice of each lemon. We might need more. I like myself to be a little lemony. Nobody else in the house does. Here, also I was on TikTok. You know you're supposed to put these upwards You're supposed to drop them on the upside and then squeeze them like that. And then you pour. And then it's supposed to look like that. Isn't that crazy? Did you know that? We've been doing it wrong our whole dang life. Like, look, it makes such a difference. Oh, I just got myself.
I don't think it squeezes out right the right way like that.
Oh, but no.
Look at all that juice you just got out of that. TikTok's not always right though.
Yeah, TikTok. You done lied. We'll do it both ways. We'll go this way, and then maybe we'll flip it this way and see if we can get...
There's no need for all that.
I was just trying to justify TikToks. I got little cuts on my fingers. So that's kind of what we're looking like. Now we got some garlic. I'm just channeling my inner Laura Vitale right now. Dump that in your thing and start. I love these things. Look at how easy that is. Boom, and then it just has all the garlic right there. So this is what it's starting to look like. You see there's garlic, there's lemon zest, lemon juice, and then the avocado oil. I'm gonna go in and add in a couple shakes of this Greek seasoning, salt and pepper, and then we're gonna whisk it together. I feel like seasoning is very personal. I like my stuff to have a lot of flavor. So, because then I feel like then it's not boring. If it has a really good flavor, then it's gonna hit, you know? And I feel like that's the key with especially like Greek dishes, is it's very flavorful. A couple shakes of lemon pepper. And then we have this. Don't judge my whisk, okay? It's an attachment to a hand mixer. But look at that. It smells good. Lemon, fresh, garlic. Hell yeah. I'm going to make the same exact mixture, and that's going to go on top of my potatoes, but Leo's running to the store right now to get me some more avocado oil. Shout out to Leo for running to the store to get more avocado oil. Look at that. Beautiful. Before we actually start cooking, I'm going to go through with a fork, and I'm just going to kind of stab them. Because that way all the marinades, we're going to let it sit for a couple hours. It's going to get into all the little nooks and crannies and really just into the chicken. So here's our mixture, and we're going to just pour it over. I get all this. These are the chunks of lemon, garlic, all that. Again, same mixture for our potatoes. Right underneath this one, just in case I stab through it. And then just making sure that we are getting them nice and coated. But you could see this is going to be so freaking good.
It smells good.
Right? Mm-hmm. You think we should do it on the grill or the flat top?
I don't care. We usually do this in the oven, don't we?
Usually, yeah, but I don't want the oven on for that long. It's going to get warm today.
Smoker. Nah, because whatever thing tastes right.
Yeah, we can do the flat top. I like the way that kind of comes out. Yeah. All right, so there's that. We're gonna put it on foil, and remember, you're gonna want this to sit for at least an hour, but the longer the better. So if you wanted to do this tonight and then have this tomorrow, and you could air fry this, that would be great. Same thing with your potatoes, because your potatoes are gonna give off some water anyways. So the longer you let them sit with this marinade, the better. So I'm gonna cut up potatoes. We're just gonna use some red potatoes with the same exact marinade and get this rocking and rolling, but it smells so freaking good. Love it. I have these potatoes. I wanted to do them kind of like, what do they call them? Like spears. I forget how they describe the way they are, but I just cut them in like thinly cut slices. So you guys can see they're nice and thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave them in this pan, probably, and I just put a little bit of sea salt on them. I'm going to cover them with a paper towel, and I'm just going to let them settle, and then they're going to start emitting some of the water. And we really want them to give off some of that moisture, just so it doesn't water down the seasoning. So half an hour or so, it should be all good. And then once Leo gets back, I'm going to make that very same seasoning. He had to run and get some other stuff. But next up is we're going to start on our chicken noodle soup, but we're going to make the holy trio first. So I'm going to cut up some onion, some carrot, and some celery. If you guys wanted to add, like, I was even thinking of adding cabbage to this soup as well. Zucchini, you can really beef it up with a bunch of vegetables, but I'm keeping mine super basic this week. So next up is just, like I said, the prep. But I want you guys to see, you can see already how the salt is pulling the moisture out of the potatoes. Pull out the moisture, you will thank me later. Chopping up the the carrots, celery, and onion. But I want to go ahead and start on my chicken. This is just 2 big boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts for us have been on sale recently, so I've been kind of stocking them up. That's why I'm using that this chicken for my soup. I am also going to add in about a half tablespoon of Knorr chicken bouillon, just to give the chicken a little bit of seasoning. I'm going to just boil this, let it cook that way. If you had an Instapot, you could just go ahead and throw this all in the Instapot. I do have an Instapot, but I decided to do it this way. Kind of regretting that now. I should just do it in Instapot, but never mind. If you guys want to see Instapot recipes, let me know. We can do that again. Fall's just beginning, but yeah, we're going to do that. Throw that in here, and I'm going to use some of this broth too for my soup base. But I'm going to actually cook my soup in my Dutch oven. But anyways, half a tablespoon. We are starting on the soup. I have 2 red onions cut up. Honey, these onions are onioning. Like, can I show you my face right now? My eyes are just running. They are watering. I don't know what it is about onions that does it to me. But we got some oil. I'm going to heat that up. Just a little bit of avocado oil. And we're going to saute our onions. And then I have a bunch of celery and carrots just diced up. I love carrots. Chicken is boiling. It's doing its thing. We are just doing it, girls and boys. If there's boys here, getting it done. So I have the onions going. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt on them. Help render them down. I'm like, I know what I'm talking about. With the potatoes, I forgot to add. We are going to add in onion as well. But the potatoes are still sitting, just trying to get some of that water off. So they're a little bit translucent now. I'm gonna get them a little bit, cook them maybe another 1 minute or so, 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna add in the carrots and the celery. Chicken is looking good. It has that Knorr bouillon in there, and I did sprinkle in some garlic powder because I like for it to do its thing. And like I said, this is going to be meal prep for the week for me. And then if the family wants to eat it and Leo stick it for lunch, we do that as well. But I have been dying for some soup. And like I said, it's going to be rainy and chilly this week. So I'm going to live my best life. I packed mine with a ton of veggies. Just because it's a lot of volume, you know what I mean? You can get a lot of veggies. Get a lot of volume in there. That's kind of what the name of the game is. And I like a lot of vegetables. Now, Leo, I leave the celery pretty big for one reason, just in case Leo does want to eat this throughout the week. Okay, never mind. But if he did, whenever I make anything with celery, I leave them in pretty big chunks because he likes the way celery tastes in things like soups. But he doesn't like to actually eat it, so he wants to be able to pick it out, and they're big enough pieces that he can pick it out. So we're going to cook this down. I'm going to add a little bit more salt to it, and a little bit of garlic powder. And I'm going to get my seasonings out, and we're going to season the hell out of this, because seasoning lineup. I'm just going to season to my heart's desire, and I just pulled out what I found. We're going to use some sage, some thyme, black pepper, salt, rosemary, fresh oregano, and then some garlic. Season the hell out of it. Season it, and then when you're like, man, that looks a little over-seasoned, honey, season it some more. I'm telling you. I feel like there's no such thing as over-seasoning. You can over-salt it. Over-seasoning? I don't think so. Seasoning is on top. We're just going to stir it. We are going to add some Knorr chicken bouillon. to it once I get some liquid in there. But we're just going to give it a nice seasoning at first, and then we'll add more seasoning as well. I feel like that's the reason why I don't feel deprived or feel like I'm bored with my meals throughout this, you know, almost a year and a few months. What am I at? Like year and 4 months? Yeah, like year and 4 months. Because my food tastes good. So I'm never like, oh God, I don't want to eat that. Or it's, you know, like 99% ground turkey, honey. That's where all of our hopes and dreams go to die. That is just awful stuff. I don't care what you season that with. That stuff is awful. But with this, you can really make it taste really good. And that's with anything. So get some seasonings on deck and really just get to work. I'm going to add in some chicken broth here. And once this chicken's done, I'm going to actually use the water from here and add it over. I'm going to take these potatoes. I want you guys to see they're probably even a little discolored, but there is, let me just kind of, you can see all that water. I'm going to strain it out, and then we'll start seasoning up these potatoes. All right, after I strain them, I kind of just go through with a dry paper towel, and I just kind of pat them all dry as well. Just again, just to pull out that moisture, because I want these to get like nice and crispy and absorb this whole marinade that I'm going to put on top. I'm also going to add in a red onion to these as well. I think it'll give it a nice taste. And then they'll marinate for about an hour, and then they'll go on the flat top grill. So it'll be kind of good. But I'm excited for these. I haven't had a good Greek potato in years. My mom used to always make Greek, like we used to have Greek, we didn't do Greek Easter because we're not Orthodox, but whenever we would have like Easter, we'd always do like Greek potatoes, Greek chicken, lamb, all that stuff. So lots of garlic, lots of lemon, lots of oil, lots of flavor. So here is that same marinade that we made. I just added red onion and my irons are on fire. So I'm going to add that to those and let that sit. Garlic, lemon, olive oil, or avocado oil, Greek seasoning, all the goodies. All right, I'm actually sitting on my floor right now so I can show you this, but my favorite, I have it plugged up right here because I've been sitting on my recliner with this bad boy. You guys know I love Bob and Brad. Bob and Brad are here on the YouTube, and I've been watching them forever. They are physical therapists, and if you have any type of issues, I would check them out. Like, I had so many issues with my sciatica, and it turned out that it was not only my sciatica but my piriformis muscle, and there's some like stretches and stuff that they show you to do to help loosen it, and I do those every morning when I wake up, and I swear to you, I haven't had any issues with my lower back because Bob and Brad. So I've tried dang near everything from them, and they have always hit. Their foot massager is legit. It's in my front hall closet. I use that almost every morning. Their eye massager, I love it. I can't use it right now because of these eyelashes, but it's so good. I even like, I'll put it on there and it just rubs. Feels so good. My sister makes fun of me and she said I look like the guys from Step Brothers with the night vision goggles. And then sometimes I'll even put it up on my forehead and it massages my temples. So good. Okay, anyways, this is what they sent. Now this is their back massager. It is a, let me get it because I want to give you the correct information. Yesterday I had it going for a while. And it does a really good, you know how some of these massagers you'll get and they don't massage deep enough? Honey, this gives you a deep massage. It's like a shiatsu deep massage. It is so good. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It comes with this separately. The button to turn it on, it is plugged up, okay? So it's gonna be strong. Now, I know we see some of these and they'll say they're strong and they're not. This one will pack a punch. It is very good. It's heated, it's quiet. And then you can see it and then it kicks on the heat, but it's not like overly heated. You can change the direction and it is, oh God, it's so good. So it says it's a neck massager, back massager for pain relief, deep tissue, shiatsu back massage, and neck massager, and massage pillow for full body. Yes, so yesterday I was on the recliner because Friday was back day, so I had it right here, and then I went through and I like slid it down my back, and you could do it for lower back. Today, baby, I'm gonna bring it down. So you could do it for your quads, which me show you. For your quads, you could bring it to, and it's heated. Calves. Whoa. You could flip it around and do, or hamstrings. Now you can put it on for your quads. Oh, that's good. I really like it for the hammies though, because my hammies is real sore. And you can put it, because it's heated, you can put it on your belly, just in, you know, sometimes we have a little cramps or something. You could put it there. The possibilities are endless, okay? Now, this is so good. So I like to do it, honestly, the whole thing, but right now for my hamstrings and the fact that you can adjust it and make it hot or not, and I get the most gnarliest, like, cramps in the back of my legs. This is so good. Yep. Okay. And as you could hear too, like you can't hear anything. It's super quiet, really, really good. This will be a great gift. The cord is super long and you can keep it plugged up and it really is like a great deep tissue massage. You can take this anywhere you want and it's really helping me recover on my recovery days because my neck and back were so sore and I felt so good. Like I felt the knots breaking up with this. So if you guys wanted to get your hands on one, I love them. They always are like, Daniela, I know you love our massagers. Could we send you over another one to try out? And I was like, I live for like all the like foot massagers, face massagers. I need them to come out with like a hat. If you guys are hearing me, come out with like a hat so you can do like a scalp massage. Hit me up. This also though, you could probably put this on the back of your head and it'll massage your head. I wonder if I can do it. I could probably do it up here too. You guys are gonna be seeing me with all these, but they gave me a code and a link and everything. They're on Amazon. They're so good. These would be a great gift if you are in the gym and you're recovering and you are breaking the muscles down, honey. Recovery is just as important as working out. You know, nutrition, movement, and recovery. It is a trifecta effect and you have to do it all in order to see great results. And recovery has been feeling a lot better thanks to Bob and Brad. So I'll leave a link for this down below. You guys can get yourselves one. But look, I keep hearing you guys and people message me on Instagram like, girl, I bought that foot massager. Girl, I bought that eye massager. And I was like, I done told you. Okay, there's one thing you know about me. I love to be pampered. I had it on yesterday and I had it on for a minute. So I felt, I'm like a little like, you could tell that it really broke up like that buildup, like that lactic acid buildup and released some of the knots because it was like a little sore to the touch, but it physically feels so much better, especially in my neck and my upper traps because I hold so much tension there. And so while my food is cooking, I'm gonna be getting relaxing with this bad boy. It's so good. Like I cannot wait to where it's cold outside and I can lay underneath the covers and have this going with the heat. Anyways, get you one, honey, get you. All right, so here is that potatoes, right? You guys can see I added some more lemons, like fresh cut. I squeezed them and then threw the, like split them in the skin in here. And we're gonna let that sit. The onions, I added some garlic and a little bit of salt. And then what I am gonna add in is that fresh oregano, just because I feel like that just pops it off. So good. I'm also gonna add that to the chicken right before we put it on, so it'll have that fresh oregano on there. But ooh, I feel like I always got the panza hanging out over here. So with the fresh oregano, I used to have like one that my mother-in-law brought for me from Mexico, but the kids dropped it on the countertop and shattered it. It was in a jelly jar or whatever, but still. So with the fresh oregano, it's just dried out, right? I forgot a potato here on the counter. So you're gonna have to pick out the stems. No stems, no seeds, my friends. No stems, no seeds. And then what I do is I just have it in my hand, crunch it up. Ooh, smells good too. And give that a spin, a stir, whatever you want to call it. And it looks so dang good. Yes. So let that sit and then that'll go out to be put on the grill as well. I'm gonna clean up my kitchen and then we're gonna check on our soup. So I pulled the chicken breast out. The chicken breast is done. Now, I know people are gonna say like, oh my God, you can shred it with a hand mixer and do all this other stuff. I just kind of like to cut into it and do it this way, but you guys don't have to. You guys could shred it, just because I like to have bigger chunks of chicken in there. Here is our soup with the chicken in it. I ended up using just the broth. That's just like the gross stuff in the top, but use that, have that in here, and then we're just gonna let this simmer on low for probably about an hour. And I'm gonna add in about 1 tablespoon of Knorr chicken bouillon, and then we'll try it towards the end, try the broth, and then if we have to re-season, which I don't foresee in us having to because it smells really good, we will, but I don't think we will have to. But you know, just go ahead and use your own discretion on that. You know, seasoning is very personal. Some people don't like the way certain things taste. Some people prefer the seasoning over that. So however you like to season your stuff, honey, season it, but make sure it's seasoned, okay? Make sure that your palate is happy when you are eating, because that's how you're gonna stay consistent. We got the steaks getting prepped, and Leo's prepping them. Want to show them what you're prepping them with? This is currently my favorite meat seasoning. So we're gonna have steaks. They're gonna have steaks for dinner tonight. And then I'm gonna cut up some onions and some mushrooms to go with the steaks. So Leo's prepping that, but this is the meat seasoning we have. But you can use whatever meat seasoning you want, but I just prefer this one. I think it tastes really good. Don't you like this one?
Yep.
Yep. So again, we're gonna do the fresh oregano. I'm gonna do a couple batches. And be careful with the oregano with these stems, because I had some. I remember we went to Six Flags and one of these stems got stuck into my cheek. Freaking hurt. Remember that, Lee?
Mm-hmm. But you didn't get the oregano at Six Flags.
No, I mean, we were at Six Flags. I had brought my own food. All right, and then we're just gonna give it a flip and then just keep coating. I'm probably, like I said, I'm gonna do 3 or 4 coats. And then, oh, this marinade is so fire. I used to like bake this in my oven with the boned-in chicken thighs, and ooh, that comes out even better because that skin gets crispy. So if you wanted to do the skin on with chicken thighs and throw it in your oven at 400 for about an hour, how about it, Lee? Mm-hmm. That is their favorite way of doing it. So if you wanted to do in the oven I prefer, if you're gonna put it in the oven, honestly, get the ones with the skin and the bone and do it 400 degrees for an hour. And it will rock your world. Same seasoning. Leave a couple lemon wedges in there though. And secret, when you halfway through, flip your chicken. If you're doing it in the oven, flip your chicken halfway through and add a little dollop of that butter will just, that is, get you a ring, get you a man, impress your mother-in-law. That's one of them dishes. I have a bunch of the large portobello mushroom caps cut up, and then 2 red onions. We're gonna throw those on the grill as well on the flat top. I love to have grilled onions and mushrooms with steak. That's just like my favorite way of having them. If you don't like them, obviously you don't, but it's just my favorite way. I have my soup on with the lid covered here. So, ooh, honey, that is hot. So I think that is done. I'm just gonna turn that on low. I'm actually gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn it off, leave it be, and just keep the lid on it. So that's pretty much done. We can have that as a meal today. All right. Hopefully this is giving you guys some ideas. I want to see this soup. I've been wanting soup now for like 3 weeks, but it's been so hot. So when I seen that weather, that it was gonna cooperate. I had Rhea try the broth and she's like, Mom, that is so good. It's so savory. And I was like, that's what I wanted. I wanted like that savory fall feeling. So I'm gonna clean up this kitchen real quick and get this ready. I'm gonna go outside and help Leo grill. And we are like rocking today. We are looking so good. I'll put away all my seasonings. I already know because it gets messy. The kids are about to go to a football homecoming. Becky and Sophie, they're going to like a a little football homecoming thing for like the Pee Wee League or whatever here. So shout out to Ashley for taking my babies. You're the real MVP, girl. You're the real MVP. So this is how the soup came out, and I want to kind of show you guys. I went through, and now it might be tedious. Yeah, I'm sure it is tedious for some, but for me, it's all good. I went through and I just picked out 4 ounces of chicken. That's why I kept the bits thicker. I added in 125 grams of pasta, which is my pasta serving. And then I went through and added 100 grams of just the veggie, and then I just topped it up with a bunch of broth. And look at that. Perfect chicken noodle soup. Macro friendly. Homemade too, baby. We gotta thank Leo for cooking for us on this fine Sunday morning.
First NFL football Sunday morning, not just any Sunday morning.
Down, please. Oh, she on and popping. And look at that seasoning on there. It looks so good. I don't know if you guys can see because it's like super bright out here.
You want me to move the grill and move the food?
Yeah, you're okay.
Fine with me.
Okay. Looking good. Put a nice little crisp. And the steaks going. The steaks are actually probably the quickest to make just because we like ours like medium rare. So we got butter, got these potatoes. Look at that, nice and crispy, honey. I know my neighbors know we eat good because it smells scrumptious. We're gonna wrap up this video. This was a short one, but honey, I feel like we got a lot done and we got some really good eats. So here is that chicken. Again, I kept the chicken bigger so I can pick out the chunks, but I had it already and it was so fire, so good, so savory, like good old for the soul. Oh. And then right here are those Greek chicken. Now you could just add a little bit of salt on top and they taste so good. I'm just gonna pull out a piece. I literally just washed my hands, so no worries, but look at that. Nice and crisp, still super juicy. Crumbs and onions for the steaks. I got a couple dishes to wash. Oh, these potatoes. They have like a nice crisp on them. They're super flavorful. All I did was add a little bit of salt at the end when they were still warm. Perfect. Yep. And there are those steaks, baby. So the only thing that I'm going to make now, I don't even think I'm gonna make it now just because I want to eat some of this stuff first. We haven't eaten dinner yet because it's still early. And then my dad's gonna come, so we'll see what's left, but I'll make some rice probably. My rice is super simple. I take 1 cup of jasmine rice with 2 cups of water. I add in about a half tablespoon of Knorr chicken bouillon and 3 packs of Sazon Goya and cook it just like that, and it's fine. It's really, really good. Everybody enjoys it, and that's it. So what do you guys think? Are you guys gonna try out any of these recipes? Let me know. Don't forget to check out that massager, honey, because I'm about to take me a shower and get relaxing, baby. These mushrooms are really good too. You know how when you make stuff and it comes out so good, you're like, damn, I'm proud of myself. That's me right now. See y'all later. Bye, friends.